Hi, this is Shirley behind the Digital Hustle Queen brand. I created this guide so everyone can get a glimpse of how fraud happens and how it takes place and what happens when it takes place. I have 35 years of fraud experience. I'm a fraud analyst investigator. I'm also the the founder of Digital Hustle Queen. Shirley, welcome. Um, I made this guide so you guys can be aware of wire fraud, elder fraud abuse, business invoice fraud, account takeover, um, different types of fraudulent activity. Okay. The guide covers wire fraud when you're being scammed of a wire fraud, and basically how that happens is if your email is hacked or someone breaks into your firewall or hacks into your firewall, and they get your accounting information, and then the wire is intercepted and goes to them instead of you, or vice versa, and then you have to get your banking information and then go through that to try to get your funds back. A lot of people don't know a lot about fraud. So when you're first opening up a new business, you're excited and you don't stop to think about all what could go wrong or what many issues or what may go wrong, that sort of thing. Because let's be honest, we don't want to think like that. We don't want to think like everybody is out to get us or we are just not trustworthy. But you can't trust everyone. And the guy goes over invoice fraud when someone hacks into, again, business email compromise, when someone hacks into your email or your firewall and gets your information and then they get the wire. And nine times out of 10, it's very hard to recover wire funds or any type of transfer funds that goes directly into the account. If those funds, by the grace of God, that we are able to recover those funds, then we have to block the account, which is close down the account, and send those funds back to you. But it is a process, and sometimes the process takes a little bit longer than others. So you want to make sure that you be mindful of not giving your account information. Make sure you're talking to the correct person or the correct business. Me, preferably, I'd rather go inside. I don't like doing a lot of things online, even though everything is online and digital right now. Um, and you just want to be mindful that when you're going through these things or doing these things, that you have the ability to say, okay, if they're rushing me and they're trying to rush you through a wire transaction, that's a red flag right there. You don't want to be rushed dealing with large amounts of money. And if they do that, that means you're not speaking to the right business people. You're not right. You're not speaking to the people that you have created communications with, that sort of thing. So you want to stop it right there before any more fraudulent activity goes or any more activity happens toward your account being frauded. The guide also speaks on check fraud. Make sure we still have those older people who wants to do things the old-fashioned way. And hey, I want to put my check in the mail and send it to my cable company or my building company or whatever the case may be. And that person, that fraudster, is watching your watching you daily, watching your everyday move, watching your daily routine, and they're actually taking that account and take that check out of the mailbox, and before you know it, they done wrote the check over to them, and now that person that you was trying to bill didn't get their money, and the fraudster has taken your money. And then you have to fight with your banking institution to say, hey, I mailed this out, but I didn't get it. The biller didn't get it. Now you have to put a stop payment on the check. It's just a big hassle to go through all of that fraudulent activity. The guide also talks about impersonation and accounting taking over. Account takeover. You want to make sure. Normally, that goes through someone that's actually closer to you. No one is going to actually. You just meeting somebody and they're going to know your information right off the top and go open an account. 9 times out of 10, that's somebody who's close to you who knows your information. All right. So basically, this guy talks about a lot of fraud, different types of fraud scenarios, and it goes in so you can ask yourself the red flags or if this is going on and just get familiarized with fraud by using this guide. I hope my guide helps you in understanding how different fraud works, how different fraudulent transactions start, and you want to be mindful that you're not falling victim or vulnerable to such things. I too were a victim of scam, and with opening up new businesses and that sort of thing, we have a target on our heads because we're so excited that we actually accomplished something. Then we have somebody that comes back behind us and snatch it away because we chose to trust them and their trust was not the same.